Hi guys, I'm hoping this will be a very quick vlog, and it could go wrong because I'm currently multitasking. There's loads of room up here and I'm right down the bottom because my multitasking involves my phone, which is probably blocking the microphone, so you just get nothing, just me moving my mouth a bit. I've got my sunglasses on, partly because I don't want you to see my eyes, but also partly genuinely because it's sunny. Now, I had planned on getting some of the sunshine on me today, but you know, when you make plans, don't bother, because they never go right, do they? Well, unless that's just me. So we're going to live our life organically, and I've used that word on purpose because it's one of the entries in the new book, A to Z. I'm going to mention it because I'm a pure and unadulterated, shameless salesperson. It's the A to Z guide of navigating mental illness, addiction and associated issues. And this is where the multitasking starts. I'm now going to look down and talk to you at the same time while rolling a cigarette. And Mum, hopefully I won't lamp this one up and bring shame on the family. I know it doesn't bother you really, we've talked about this, but I think it's funny that yeah, I think it's funny. So I am multitasking, and the last time I did multitasking, I basically fell off a rockery and sprained my ankle, and in doing that, knackered me back. And then I ended up paying 9 sessions a physio, which has really helped, but it's got to the point where the pain is just too much, and now the physio has basically decided that he's going to write to my GP. I'm not going to comment on the GP thing because I'm being a good boy today. So I was just going to put a post up saying, oh, what a roller coaster today has been, but that don't cover things, does it? And I'm hoping this will be a worthwhile vlog for a number of reasons, but today has really been a roller coaster. I got up stupidly early. It's now whatever time it is, 5 o'clock, is it, something like that? Nearly 5:30. And because of various conversations I've had with various people, I ain't had nothing to eat. So even though I'm meant to be being healthy, I am gonna go home shortly after I've gone to get some diesel, because I can now buy some diesel because I've had £4.52, I think it was, in my account yesterday, and I got my benefits today, so I can actually buy some diesel now. But today has been a roller coaster of emotions, and we say that with a, you know, tongue-in-cheek sort of thing, but I don't know how else to describe it. So I'm flipping in and out of being heightened and manic, and someone asked for some help last night, and I had to basically say, unfortunately, if you picked the wrong time, I'm about as close as I have been to being admitted, which I think is probably an exaggeration, but on today's evidence and the fact that I ended up spending quite a few hours talking with medically trained people, not in a medical capacity, but just in somebody I knew, bumped into them, and we got talking, and I basically spoke at them for about 4 hours, and they gave me some, I think you call it sage advice. And I'm going to try not to, no, I'm not, no bollocks to it, I'm going to swear. And in summing up, the advice was, John, you need to look after yourself. And you need to do that, like I say in this book, and I've said many times in vlogs and stuff before, the person who I've done some work with before used the phrase that I use all the time. And we can't work out whether I got it from her or whether she got it from me. But it's that thing when you're on an aeroplane, when they're telling you all about if we have a crash or we're going down in an accident, please put your mask on first. You're no use to anybody else if you can't breathe. And during a conversation, in Spoons, where I am all the time in Alzoin, I broke down and I cried uncontrollably to a certain extent, and that was a bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was in a better place than that, but it turns out I weren't. And it's a weird day today because I'd planned to do some what I call work, and I think the world decided that I wasn't well enough to do that work. Because as I sat down in Spoons early-ish this morning, not that early, and I got my laptop out, I got my iPad out, I got my iPhone out, I got everything out, and I got all my paperwork out, and I planned to start going at it. A guy walked in who I've been talking to a fair bit recently, a nice guy actually, and he was head to toe, it's not going to be a short one as you look at it, he was head to toe in motorbike leathers, and we sat and we had a chat, and basically we ended up me going outside to have a look at his new motorbike, which was absolutely beautiful. It's all sort of based on Valentino Rossi, and the colours and everything absolutely stunning. And I stood there and looked at it and admired it and wanted one myself. Don't worry, Mum, I'm not going to do that. I think we've learnt that lesson, haven't we? He took his time putting all his gloves and his mask and his helmet on, and then he rode off into the sunset. And as I went back in, oh balls, that just fell off. As I went back in, I got about 8 minutes before I got to move the car, and somebody came in and I said, look, yeah, we can have a chat and whatever, but I need to go and move the car. So if you want to come with me, it's not going to be a short one. If you want to come with me, we can pick up something that you've got for me in the car, and then we can come back. And as I was leaving, I spotted this person, and I thought, I know that person. And it turned out to be somebody that I had, as ex-boozehound, done some work with many years ago. And I'm not going to say he or she or what the work was or anything, but I said, I've got to move the car. Are you going to be in here for a while? Could it be great to have a chat with you? And I moved the car, came back, I sat down, started having a chat with the two of them that were there, and during that chat, I broke, and I broke into tears, and it was meant to happen. And again, I say it in the book, there's something about so many things in my life have happened for a reason. That guy walked in to show me his motorbike gear and his new motorbike, because the world didn't want me to start the work that I'd planned to do. They knew, or it knew, if I was allowed to do that, the chances are I would have ended up a raging, angry bull. And I described myself yesterday as, to the physio when I went in, I described myself as something like crouching grasshopper attacking lion. And I said if I do say or do anything within this room in the next half hour that's out of order, that's why. And we chuckled about that. And anyway, so it's not going to be a short one. It's going on and on and on. So, long story short, the first guy stopped me from doing the work that I had planned to work. That probably would have sent me over the edge into a shit place. As I was walking out the pub, I saw these people and said, you know, are you going to be out? Do you fancy having a chat? They were up for it, came back, sat down, had a chat with them, burst into tears, and then I had to go move my car again. And then I moved my car again to the long stay car park, and I may have even, well, if I've got a parking ticket, it's my own fault. I've already just had one for another reason, but I lost track of time this time. And also, if I do get a parking ticket, the outcome of the conversation that I've just had will be worth it, because they are friendly medical professionals. Doesn't matter what they are or where they work or who, all that sort of stuff, but because they've got some knowledge of me and knowledge of my situation and are aware of some of the stuff I've done in the past, good and bad, and are aware that I can be my own worst enemy when it comes to these sort of things. I allow myself to get too wound up and too involved, because my being heightened turns into being manic, which then turns into John, aka exboozehound, is going to change the world, and we all know that's not a good place to be. And after a long conversation, their message, one of them was rather concerned about my mental well-being. Their message was, well, to sum it up, and to sum it up with a swear word because I'm feeling mischievous. Basically, John, chill the fuck out before you just do yourself some damage. And that's what I've done. I'm off to get some diesel. I think I might have said that. Couldn't afford any before now because I've got £4.52 in my account. So I'm off to get some diesel. I always go to Sainsbury's because it's the cheapest around here, and I'm a tight wad. And along the way, I've priced up the wood at various places and ended up buying some, I don't know, some weird shit from B&Q. 5 kilograms of cherry coated blah 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 for I think £7. Everywhere else was about 9 or 11. We'll see what happens with what I've just bought. Now I'm going to go and get some diesel, which I've now said about 4 times. But the outcome being, chill the fuck out, John, before you drive yourself insane. And I've took that on board. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say what I'm going to do again because I've already mentioned it. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to get myself something wholly unhealthy to eat. And I am going to lamp this up, Mum, so apologies. I'm going to get something wholly unhealthy to eat. I'm going to take some pain medication, and I'm going to take some what they call PRN, which is basically medication that is a sedative to keep me calm and not allow me to end up in in Armageddon, which I've been a few times recently, as you probably well know if you've been following everything that I've been wittering on about. Really short vlog this, isn't it? Well done, John. So the deal is, tonight, Matthew, I am going to be John Mansell. Bollocks, fuck exboozehound. He don't exist this evening. Tonight is all about John Mansell chilling out, which is going to include unhealthy food, a little bit of pain medication, a little bit of, I was going to say seduction then, that'd be nice, a little bit of sedative, a nice fire with the new stuff that I've just bought at the bottom of the garden. Hopefully it won't rain. And once I've made myself stink like hell, a nice long bath in bubbles, because I'm a real man. And while I'm in the bath, I'll have a shave and I'll do all that, and I'll exfoliate and moisturise like a real man does. Once I've done that, it will be time for pain medication again, and it will be time for beddy buys, which will be helped because now I will be rather relaxed through various things, including the fire and the lovely bubble bath. And then I'm gonna sleep, which I haven't been doing an awful lot of recently. And I'm going to do what I've been advised by my medically trained friends: chill out, relax. I still need to remain with fire in my belly because that's the way I work, but I need to stay away from the attacking lion. I need to be in between the crouching, I forgot that word again, crouching grasshopper and attacking lion. I need to be a purring pussycat, and that's what I'm aiming for. And once I become that purring pussycat, that is where I intend to remain. So this very short vlog is now 17 minutes and 41 seconds, and I'm probably going to listen to it back and realise, because I've got it balanced on my steering wheel, that there's no sound, and I'm going to be a little annoyed at that. But I shall also find it funny because I'm chilling out, aren't I? Sometimes you have to go through the horrible pain that comes with mental health, mental illness, however, issues. You come through that pain to realise how good it can be when the pain is better managed. And when you've managed to calm yourself down, you can look back and remember that you, or I chose to take those risks, and maybe I chose to gamble with my mental well-being, which I said I wouldn't do again. But I did, because I'm a dickhead. Following the advice from the two individuals today, I am going to ensure that I take that gambling away. I ain't going to become a purring pussycat, and I am going to become productive. But I'm also going to make sure, you're ringing me at the moment, Mum, and I can't answer, so I'll phone you in a bit. I'm also going to make sure, I hope that ain't buggered up this video, I'm also going to make sure that I stay the purring pussycat. Because if I'm a purring pussycat with a little bit of fire in my belly, the work that I'm I'm about to embark on will be a lot more productive. If I am a crouching, I forgot that name again, whatever it is, grasshopper, is that the right word? If I'm a crouching grasshopper, it'll be pointless. If I'm a attacking lion, I'm going to end up in a world of trouble. So John Mansell, taking out the ex-boozehound element for a day or so, is aiming to become a purring pussycat. And once he's become a purring pussycat, he's going to concentrate very hard on remaining that way. And then he's going to embark on the work that is ahead of me. And when I say work, it ain't work, because I ain't going to get paid a penny for it. It's what I was put here for. It's what John Mansell is meant to do. But it's also, exboozehound has to be put back into the equation, because John Mansell is the crouching grasshopper, exboozehound is the attacking lion. So we need to find, I'm going to find myself another name in between the crouching grasshopper and the attacking lion. And it could be the purring pussycat. Might have to have that tattooed now, hadn't I? The purring pussycat is going to be a lot more effective and will achieve much better things. But he will also keep in mind what he should do is that I can't change the world. I want to, but I can't change the world. I've got to be realistic. I've got to stay away from my delusional beliefs. I can't change the world, but what I can do is manage the world around me and put my considerable skills, sorry to boast, put my considerable skills that I've built, window going up because I'm getting cold because I'm a pussy, purring pussycat. I'm going to embrace the purring pussycat. I'm going to regret that, aren't I? I'm going to embrace the purring pussycat, and we're going to move forward in a calm and orderly fashion. Okay, that short vlog, which is now 23 minutes and 20 seconds, is now coming to an end. I'm calm, I'm collected, I know what I need to do. I needed to go through the myriad of emotions to understand I was on probably what could be considered a destructive path, and I am not going to gamble with my health, my mental well-being. I'm going to ensure that I keep in mind that the crouching, done it again, grasshopper is not worth anything. Another phone call. London, you can bugger off. The attacking lion is ineffective, because when I'm angry and attacking, I'm going to lose the plot. So, the birth of the purring pussycat is upon us. I'm going to regret that. I'm in a good place. I feel really calm. And from where I was earlier, that's a small miracle. I'm going to phone you back in a bit, Mum. And I'm going to tell you I'm doing all right. I've seen your missed call. I've seen your text. I'm doing all right. And yeah, I feel like I'm going to sleep tonight. So before I light this cigarette up again and bring shame on the family, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say, as I always do, enjoy the good and ride out the bad. Look after yourself. Do not gamble with your mental well-being like I have been doing, like I used to do. Do not gamble with it. The outcome will never be good. So, from John, aka Purring Pussycat, aka exboozehound, have a lovely evening. Think of me while I'm chilling by the fire. Don't think about me while I'm chilling in the bath. Nobody wants to think about that. And again, enjoy the good and ride out the bad. And make sure you look after you first. Because if you don't look after you first, then you can't help anybody else. See you soon. Toodle pip.